Jamie Stone and Elias Melas,
Yep.
25DR1933.
Yes.
Okay, you want to come forward?
Sure.
Mr. Melas, do you have a notary present to identify you?
I wasn't, can you hear me, Your Honor?
Yes, I can.
I wasn't aware that we needed a notary for the actual video. I thought that was just for if you were going to submit evidence. It was very confusing between the communication between the clerks and everything. And so I wasn't aware of that. What is able to be done about that?
Hold on. I thought I put it in the memo. Hold on. Let me see. I'm looking for my order. Do you see the order that I signed allowing you to appear, Mr. Melas, by virtual?
I have the order right here. What it
And
says is, sorry, go ahead, Your Honor.
go ahead.
It says judge response. Respondent may appear virtually for the 7/17/2025 hearing. Witnesses' appearance virtually will be determined at the hearing.
Okay, so I did not. Okay, on your that one I did not. Okay. Um, can I get both of you to raise your right hand, please, to be sworn in? I need you to stand, please, Mr. Stone.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm that your testimony before the court today will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do. Mr. Beagle?
I need you to.
David Beagle?
Can you hear us, Mr. Melas?
Yes, I do.
Okay. One of the things that before we get started that I wanted to address is both of you had submitted requests to have your witnesses appear virtually. That is something that I normally do not allow. I allowed Mr. Melas to appear virtually because he is in California, if I'm not mistaken. Is that correct?
That's correct.
And
That is correct, Your Honor.
that's why I allowed the respondent to appear virtually. So if I can hear reasons why I need to allow Mr. Stone, your witnesses, to appear virtually?
Well, they can verify and attest to the actions of Mr. Melas,
Okay.
his actions towards me, my family.
But why shouldn't they be present in person?
Oh, in person, because there's distance issues. They're not
Such as?
They're not like here in Seminole County. They're like in other states.
So how can they attest to something?
Because a lot of this stuff happened online, so.
Okay. And you have no one in the state of Florida who can attest to?
I have my parents. They're actually outside.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And what says the respondent regarding the witnesses appearing virtually?
regarding Mr. Stone's witnesses,
Well,
Your Honor.
why should I allow any witness to appear virtually?
As far as my witnesses, they aren't absolutely necessary. I'm willing to proceed without witnesses. As far as Mr. Stone's witnesses, he does have a couple witnesses I got on his list that do live in Florida, and a couple of these witnesses have filed petitions for stalking in the state of Florida within the last year and a half, and those were both dismissed because they failed to appear. So there are witnesses available in Florida regarding Mr. Stone.
Okay. And you said you do have witnesses present today?
Yes.
In court. So at this time, I am going to deny the request to have the witnesses appear virtually.
Okay.
And if we want to move forward with the hearing on today, we can do so.
Yep.
All right, is there anything else that you need to say, Mr. Stone, regarding the petition that was filed?
You want me to get into it, Your Honor? Or?
Yes.
Okay. So, I actually have a binder full of exhibits that you can look at. I also have my own binder.
Did you have a binder for the respondent?
No,
Okay.
but it was just for so you can see what's been done.
What says the respondent regarding the court taking a look at the binder that he has presented, Mr. Stone has presented?
Are you asking me, Your Honor, if that should be allowed?
Yes, I'm asking if you have any objections, basically.
I don't have any objections with anything. The petitioner can present whatever he'd like.
Okay. Yep. Okay.
If I may read a statement of how this has impacted me first before launching into my case. Should I get my witnesses here? Or?
Not yet.
Okay.
I'll bring them in when it's time for them to come in and testify, okay?
All right, thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
All right, so, Your Honor, thank you for allowing me the opportunity to speak today. My name is Jamie Stone, and I filed this petition because I no longer feel safe. Not just online, but in my own home, in my daily life, and in the space where I should feel most protected, my peace of mind. The respondent, Elias Melas, has engaged in a relentless and escalating pattern of harassment, targeting me across multiple platforms and attempting to invade my real life through exposure, threats, and defamation. What started as unwanted attention quickly became obsessive behavior. Constant live streams about me, spreading lies, encouraging others to attack me, my parents, my girlfriend, even doxing my home address, threatening to dox my license plate as well, using legal services.
You have to kind of help me out. I'm not very familiar with a lot of technology and platforms, so what is doxing?
Doxing means the dissemination of private information, usually publicly, to harm somebody. So like your home, your phone number, you know, your family, things like that.
Okay.
This was not just online criticism. It became personal, it became threatening, and it became dangerous. I've had to worry about my safety, my girlfriend's safety, and the well-being of those around me, all because someone I've never met in person decided that humiliating and harassing me publicly on a daily basis was acceptable retaliation. Elias has used his platform not just to vent, but to intimidate. He's tried to make me fear the consequences of defending myself, of speaking up, or of simply existing online. He has repeatedly accused me of things I didn't do, blamed me for content I didn't create, and painted me as the mastermind of harassment campaigns, all without a shred of evidence. What used to be a back and forth has now become outright harassment and dangerous obsession with me, my family, and my personal life. I do not deny that there was a back and forth between me and the respondent for a number of years. I do regret a lot of my actions from over the years, and I feel as if I've come a long way since then. I have matured and grown past these petty online squabbles. I have a girlfriend, I have a great new job, and a bright future ahead of me. But there's a lingering shadow hanging over me. Even after being served with court documents, Mr. Melas continues to live stream almost daily about me. He uses mocking nicknames, spreads lies, and implies that I'm mentally unstable or that I am working with others in a conspiracy to take him down. He has doxed people associated with me, indirectly encouraged his audience to dig up information, and weaponized his platform to retaliate against anyone who supports me. I've had to change how I use the internet, warn loved ones that they may be targeted, and remove personal information from social media platforms, all just to feel somewhat safe. I've lost sleep, I felt unsafe in public and online, and watched my mental health deteriorate under the pressure of being constantly watched, defamed, and misrepresented. It feels like there's no escape. My name has become a target, and my well-being a casualty of his obsession. Following the filing of my petition for an injunction, Mr. Melas began publicly denying the accusations, launching attacks on my character, and portraying himself as the true victim. This is consistent with the psychological pattern known as DARVO, which is commonly observed in harassment and abuse cases. It's been disorienting and distressing, to say the least. This is not a feud. This is not mutual. I did not choose this, and I have asked repeatedly, both directly and indirectly, for it to stop. But the more I pull away, the more aggressively he pushes. The more legal action I take, the more publicly he retaliates. Your Honor, I am here because I need protection. I need this to stop. I am not asking to silence him. I am asking for space. The right to live my life without fear, to create without retaliation, to exist without being targeted. I respectfully ask the court to grant this injunction and to recognize this for what it is: stalking, intimidation, and sustained emotional harm. Thank you.
Thank you. Miss, do you have anything else you need to add?
If you want to get into the exhibits eventually, I don't know
Yes,
what
we
the
can go
protocol
ahead.
with that is.
Mr. Stone, do you have what's called, I guess, like an opening statement? I'm sorry, not Mr. Melas. Do you have what's called an opening statement? Do you want to say anything before we get into the evidence?
Yeah, if I can get a couple minutes just to respond to what the petitioner stated, Your Honor.
Jack Harris.
Can you hear me?
I can, yes. Give me,
Okay,
give me just one moment, okay?
Okay, sure.
Thank you. I'm sorry. Okay, you may proceed, Mr. Melas.
Thank you, Your Honor. So I want to start off by saying that, first of all, I'm in California, and I live over 2,000 miles away from Mr. Stone, and I would never harm him or anyone. That is not the type of person I am. I've been a YouTuber for about 7 years, been on the platform longer, but, I started, to run my business on YouTube about 7 years ago, and that's when I initially met Mr. Stone. Over the course of the past 7 years, up until about a couple of months ago, before I filed 2 copyright court cases against Mr. Stone, Mr. Stone was making content regularly on me. Mr. Stone has referred to me as Cuck Eli for the last 6 years, even though I'm not.
I'm sorry, has referred to you as what?
As Cuck Eli, C-U-C-K, like a cuckold. He's referred to me as Cuck Eli, and I've submitted to the court in my response several screenshots to show the memes that Mr. Stone has made using my professional image, which has been copyrighted through the U.S. Library of Congress as of late last year, and gave people many warnings online that if you continue to misuse my professional image, you will be sued in court, so I can protect my intellectual property. I feel that now we have had a back and forth for many years, but from myself, all it's been is about responding and basically defending myself, fighting for my right to free enterprise. Mr. Stone has created lots of content on me over the last 6 years, up until including earlier this year. He has been simulcasting, known as rebroadcasting, my live streams as I broadcast them live to his audience, inciting donations, showing those memes on the screen, using my professional image, very derogatory memes, sexualized memes, calling me Cuck Eli. I feel that I've been, the target of Mr. Stone's harassment, not only through him, but several of his witnesses that are on his witness list that I got through the clerk. So, you know, that's what's happened. I tried to clearly list everything as best as possible, as simply as possible for you and the court, Your Honor, in the two responses that I filed. But I just want to make a statement. I've never harmed anyone. That's not the kind of person I am. Have I overreacted at times? I feel every human being has. We make honest mistakes. When people put us under extreme emotional distress, sometimes we say things we don't mean. I have said things that I don't mean, but I've never taken any negative action to harm anyone. And as far as the doxing and stuff goes, many years ago, which I don't know if it's even relevant to the case beyond 3 years, I was defending myself against some things that Mr. Stone actually, participated in an active campaign to paint me as a pedophile, suggesting to a manic schizophrenic gentleman, a part of his group, and a 12-year-old boy named Clorox Bleach on YouTube behind the scenes to go to another channel and tell them that I'm a pedophile. Mr. Stone has also shared, as I've shared in my response to you, on his community wall, he shared a pedophilia flyer that was created by another gentleman that he was working with named Craig Wright from Youngstown, Ohio, known as Dr. Computer Shop on YouTube back then. Together, they basically put on Craigslist, because I would do live walking streams at my park. They put out that pedophilia flyer, be aware of this person, he's dangerous, all over Craigslist here in the San Francisco Bay Area, and I feared for my life regarding that. I did call the police. I did have the police come to my house to file a report. The police told me that this is a YouTube beef and you just need to ignore it. So that's what I did, and I moved on from that. But my reactions have been while being under extreme emotional distress regarding the things that Mr. Stone has done to me, Your Honor. And that's my opening statement. Thank you. Thank you for your time.
All right, thank you. So just so that I'm clear, you said it's been about 7 years that you've known each other?
Yes, that is correct.
And it's all because of some YouTube thing that was going on? Both of you had like a channel or something?
Yes.
That so you're both YouTubers?
That is correct.
Yes.
Okay, and then you had some things going back and forth, and then I guess the thing that I'm concerned, the doxing, when did that start?
Well, the threats to dox my license plate were very recent.
The threats, it was a threat?
Yes. He did it in a live stream, he did it in a community post. I have that in one of these exhibits.
Did he do it?
Did he actually do it? No.
Yes.
But he threatened to do it, and that's...
And when was this?
He did it about a month and a half ago, I believe. It was because he hired a legal services company, like a process serving company called ABC Legal, and he used the information that he gleaned from that company serving me to harass me on his live streams.
And when you say harass you on his live streams, what did he say?
Like threatened to put out my license plate, he talked about my parents. He said very vulgar, disgusting things about them.
And okay.
And he was talking about their property. He was talking like they sold their house and now they move in a new house. And
did he give out their information?
I have no clue if he did that. He didn't do it publicly, but he
Okay.
gave enough information for them to follow breadcrumbs. And he had specifically addressed my mother in one of his live streams. You can see in Exhibit A, he's talking directly to her. Yeah, and he's also, if you read some of these statements in Exhibit A, they're disgusting. Shall I read some of these for you? So you understand exactly, because I understand the way he presents himself right now is very professional, but that's not how he acts on his live streams. He's very, he can
Okay,
be,
so this sexual harassment against parents,
yes,
you're saying this was March 24th, 2025?
yes, and it continues. It's for
And
months
but
after the
now,
fact.
who is this? Is this Mr. Melas saying this?
Yes, that's him.
Okay,
These are all things he's doing. He's also talked about my partner's real life, alluding to her ex-husband and property that she may or may own.
okay, looks like, okay, Mr. Melas, on the 2020, March 2024, March 24th, 2025, this statement, what was that in response? Was that in response to anything?
I wrote in my response here, because I got this initially from Mr. Stone. You want me to read what I wrote for the court?
Yes.
Okay, all I've done is just share my opinions on the matter. I never sexually harassed Mr. Stone's mother or father, and Mr. Stone has never previously mentioned his mother being disabled. Allegedly, I don't believe his mother is legally disabled, as she's been seen in public in a public kickboxing video. I never claimed that an African American man sexually
Objection, Your
assaulted.
Honor.
No. What's
Can
the
I
objection?
object? First off, he's talking about private videos from my mother's Facebook that he should have no access to. And second off, he's lying. He's perjuring himself because, you want me to read what he said here? He said, if you're not there, I can legally serve your mom in the state of Florida. She can accept it for you. Susan, would you like to know what your son does and has been doing in your home? About seeing the cuckoldry in your bedroom with your husband and a third party, the BBC? We'll just drag this on. Do you recall saying that, Mr. Melas?
Wait, we're not questioning and answering. I actually asked him to respond to the,
I
your
understand.
statement.
I'm sorry, Your
on
Honor.
March
It's just he's
24th,
sitting there lying
2025.
about this stuff now.
Okay, go ahead,
The-
Mr.
the
Melas.
The video that Mr. Stone's referring to appeared publicly on YouTube. That's how I saw that kickboxing video. I don't know who put
Yeah, by
that
a
video
troll.
out. Okay.
See how
I
he's
saw
leaving
that-
out the details
All
here?
right. This is how we're going to do this. Okay, I have two ears, but I can only hear one person
I
at a
understand.
time. Okay, I gave you an opportunity to talk. Let me give Mr. Melas an opportunity to speak. I will also give you an opportunity to respond, but I just ask that you do not interrupt while he's talking. And
Okay.
Mr. Melas, if you will not mind not interrupting while Mr. Stone is talking. Okay?
Oh, absolutely,
Thank
absolutely.
you.
Okay, would you like me to continue, Your Honor?
Yes, please.
Okay, so that video that Mr. Stone is referring to was made publicly available. It might have very well been made available by a troll, but it was publicly viewable, and I'm sorry, my girlfriend's taking my dogs, I'm sorry. So to continue with what I wrote here, let's see, I never claimed that an African-American man sexually assaulted Mr. Stone's mother. Mr. Stone previously publicly mentioned that his parents bring a third party into their marriage and his father watches. I never insinuated as a child that Mr. Stone was raped by the same individual. This flat out isn't true. So many years ago, Mr. Stone publicly mentioned, he talked about his parents. He's also brought his parents on some of his videos publicly before in the past, which in my opinion makes them a public figure. If he didn't want people talking about them, then he probably shouldn't have brought them, out on YouTube publicly. So everything I've responded to has just been, public knowledge. In regards to, which I'm going to respond to what he mentioned regarding his girlfriend.
Yes, you may.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor. So regarding Mr. Stone's girlfriend, she goes by the YouTube username of Honey Bunch, and
Hold on, is she on his YouTube as well?
Yes.
Yes.
That's correct.
Okay.
Yes, so technically that would make her a public figure as well, in my opinion. But she doesn't show her face, doesn't use her real name. I've never put her real name out there. I've never, showed anything of her. But between what I've heard, through Mr. Stone's channel and her and what other people have shared about the situation, all I've done is publicly respond to what I've heard about his girlfriend's situation. And all I was saying, Your Honor, is that as a single mother, associating yourself with someone that creates vile drama content, could put you and your child in the line of fire in unnecessary ways. It's just good advice. Stating to just protect yourself. Choose your partners wisely. And
Okay.
that's
All right, thank you, Mr. Melas. I
You're welcome.
understand, Mr. Stone, that you do have witnesses present, but at this time, based on the case law, I'm going to find that you do not have enough to prove that the actions of Mr. Melas, that you filed against Mr. Melas, was for no legitimate purpose. Actually, it's the stalking. It has to be for no legitimate purpose, and the purpose is to retaliate against you, retaliating against him. Or he's basically making comments against you because of things that you have said or you have done against him. So at this time, I am going to find that there is no.
Can I please respond to that?
Okay.
I have not even been talking about this guy for months. And he's been making stream after stream about me, talking about my parents, talking about where I live.
But your parents are on YouTube, and you put them on your YouTube.
I didn't put them on my YouTube. I had one video years ago where I said, hey guys, here's my mom and dad. And then he's using that to sexually harass them. And
how does he sexually
you
harass
can't sexually harass someone over the internet?
How did he sexually harass them? What are you calling sexual harassment?
Okay, let me read some of these to you. Okay? Because you asked. I don't remember if I mentioned this or not, but the trauma that Jay has faced, but the story is, I don't know if I mentioned this or not, got cut off. He was found a VHS tape of his mother being plowed by the BBC by an African-American man while she was pregnant with Jay, and his father was sitting there, the cuckold, recording his mom getting plowed by the BBC while she was pregnant. Now that's going to be very traumatic, right? It's extremely traumatic, but you would figure you would, by 39, his family would have gotten the help that he needs. He says, I'll keep talking about your mama being plowed by the BBC. That's all we're going to keep doing. I have video evidence of this as well if you'd like to hear it.
But tell me, how is that sexual harassment?
How is it not?
How is it sexual harassment?
Telling someone that their mother was basically had sex with he's like fetishizing black people by saying the BBC. How is that not sexual harassment?
So clearly, do you know what sexual harassment is?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so what's your definition of sexual
When
harassment?
someone speaks in very sexually derogatory terms towards somebody, that's sexual harassment. Does it matter that he posted my mother's photo on his YouTube channel? Does that matter? What about that he posted my house? That's cyber stalking. By the laws of Florida, the statute, it totally fits the requirements for cyber stalking and harassment in Florida.
When did he post your house and your address on YouTube?
He posted my house back in 2020. He posted my mother in the same year.
2020?
Yes,
This is 2025.
I know. But I'm telling you the history here. He also has accounts in his chat named after my mother. He's also threatened to sue the process server that I hired because he's like a vexatious litigant that likes to try to sue everybody on YouTube who criticizes him in any way. He was properly served. Let's see here. Yeah, okay, if you look in Exhibit F, you can see, he says, just know a large group out there is going to dox you. You asked for it. See, there's a picture.
And this is 2020, it actually says 3/9/30/2019.
Yeah, that's 2019, sorry. The years range from different dates. The second page, you could see him post a picture of my mother. He says, this is Mr. J's mama. I figured I would start sharing a bit about why Mr. J turned out the way he did. It's now time to go public with a story of how Mr. J came about. Stay tuned. This is going to be really good. So he uses his platform to stalk and harass innocent people on the platform, which someone that my mother doesn't even know, and he's basically doxing her and using information against her. He says, wow, I just saw Mr. J's mom on a dating site. I thought she was a married woman to Mr. J's dad, LOL. Here's the profile.
Is your mom on YouTube?
No, she's not on YouTube.
Was she ever on YouTube back then?
She was not on YouTube. I had a video where I showed my family, but that doesn't mean people can harass you when you show your family.
Your mom is not coming in saying that. You are saying that.
But she's a witness to that.
It doesn't matter. Okay. In order for me to grant a petition, the person has to be the one, the target of it.
Right, so him showing my house is not cyber stalking.
This was 2019, Mr.
And him
Stone.
threatening to dox my license plate is not stalking.
When was
harassment.
that?
That was recently. That was like last month.
But doing it is different.
So he can use information he gleaned from a legal service to harass people online, and that's fine. He also represents a business called the GNA, the Genuine Networking Association in California. That's his actual business. He filed for an LLC, and he uses that business to conduct illegal background checks to stalk and harass people online. How is this legal?
It may be another crime, but it's not stalking for the purpose of me granting you an injunction.
So, in your opinion, where would I take this matter? Because stalking and cyber stalking is covered under the domestic violence category under restraining orders in Florida. So where
Right.
would I take this matter? If not
You
here?
may want to see if the state attorney will be willing to do something, because it is considered a crime also. And you may want to see if the state attorney is willing to file some type of criminal action against Mr. Stone. But at this time, I don't see.
So you admit that it's a crime, but you can't use that as evidence that
I said you asked me where to take it, right? I'm telling you I don't see it. Maybe the state attorney's office will see it as a crime. I don't see it as a crime. I don't see it as stalking.
Can I tell you how many times he mentioned me in June alone?
But
on his
Mr.
channel?
This is on a YouTube. Do you
But
not
he
never mention
weaponizes
him?
people that he knows on the platform
Do you
to harass
never
people.
mention? Did you ever
He
mention
pays
him?
people to stalk and harass people.
Did you ever mention him?
No,
Did you
I
ever-
don't
you
mention
never
him. I don't
mentioned
talk
him?
about him. I said we had a back and forth up until very recently.
Now, again,
But
a lot of
from
this.
like March till now, I have not even talked about the guy, and he's been talking about me nonstop. And if you don't grant this, he's going to go live tonight and celebrate, and he's going to talk about all the same things again. And he's going to harass my mother again.
Then maybe your mother should file a petition if he's harassing your mother. I'm sorry, Mr. Stone, I just don't see it. I don't
Okay.
see it.
All right.
And
So
I
I'm not even allowed to question him or anything? Is that not how these things go, where you
Well,
question people?
basically, and I guess if you heard, when I first stated, did my colloquy, I said that we will look at the petition to determine whether or not there's enough to move forward with an actual hearing.
So, can I ask you a question? What would qualify for this restraining order for him to do?
I can't tell you that. You need to talk to an attorney.
I'm saying, how bad would it have to get?
You need to, again, I can't tell you that. That would be me practicing law. I can't, and I don't do that. I can't tell you what you need. You need to speak to an attorney to find out what you may need. I can't do that. I'm sorry. You may always file another petition. Talk to an attorney. See what an attorney says. Maybe the attorney can put it into writing better, and then make the elements of stalking. I don't know, but maybe you need to talk to an attorney if you feel that strongly about it. But I can't tell you because that's not my job. My job is to look at the petition to make a determination as to whether or not it meets the elements of stalking, and at this time, I just don't see it.
Okay.
All right,
Fair
thank
enough.
you.
Can I
And
have
just
my
wait-
binder back, by the
Yes,
way?
you may.
Oh, awesome.
You just wait for your paperwork.
Okay.
Your Honor, may I ask a question? Real
Yes.
quick to you. Is this being dismissed with prejudice?
Well, he can always file again. It's just being dismissed
file.
as to this, but I don't know if he files again. I don't know what allegations he'll have in there. But I am dismissing it at this time. And I don't know if you
Okay.
have any witnesses on. You may let them know that they are free to leave.
I do not have any witnesses. He can file for the same case again, or from this point on.
He can. I'll let him make that determination as to what he needs to do when he talks to an attorney, and then maybe you need to talk to an attorney as well. Okay?
Okay, thank you,
Hey,
All
thank
right,
you, Your
thank
Honor.
you.
Are we dismissed now, Your Honor? or-
Yes, you are free to leave.
Thank you very much. Have a great day.
Thanks, you as well. And we're gonna